Mr. Kenny, can I have, good evening, folks. We were in executive session, so we're going to start by coming back into public session. Mr. Kenny, can I have a motion to reconvene the public meeting?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Iacone. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, we're back in public session. Good evening. We are going to start at number 4, routine business. We have the board secretary's report for October of 2025, the receipts and appropriation adjustments for October of 25, the treasurer's report for October of 25, the monthly transfer report for October of 25, the high school activities report for November, the food service management cost performance statement for November, the bill list as of December 16th, and the approval of minutes, the November 18th executive session, number 1, the executive session number 2, and November 18th regular minutes. Mr. Bromhall, can I have a motion to approve Section 4 routine business items A through H?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Eileen Blystein. Comments or questions from the board? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. Ms. Falconero?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. Moving on to Section 5, routine matters. We have the enrollment report as of December 12th. Have the health report for November of 25, the fire alarm report for November of 25, the crisis drill report for November, and the superintendent's monthly report. Mr. Capello.
Thank you, Mrs. Fitzwater. I've already given off the first part of my report by thanking the singers from Cinnaminson Middle School. What a fantastic job they did. It is that season in the district, and we find ourselves coming to the tail end of the musical performances. So as I mentioned, you can catch the middle school tomorrow night at Chick-fil-A from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Unfortunately, happening simultaneously with this meeting is the high school musical performance. So I will also use this as an opportunity to plug Mr. Steve Krill, who is simultaneously live streaming this meeting, along with the live stream of our musical performance as well. And we do usually keep those online for one of those performances. You have an opportunity to check them out. For instance, last Wednesday, the Eleanor Rush School put on a fantastic performance. Cinnaminson High School, as I mentioned, is happening right now, and I got to catch part 1 of 2 of the New Albany second grade holiday show entitled December in Our Town. It was fantastic today, and part 2 is tomorrow. While I'm talking about the Performing Arts Department, I did want to give a quick plug and congratulations to our CHS choral director, Mr. Brian Bacon. Brian Bacon has once again co-written a musical performance that is currently running at the Ritz Theater in Haddon Township. Mr. Bacon said it is a musical panto. For those of you in the know may know what that is. I'm not 100% sure, but it is entitled Goldilocks and the House of Ginger. It's a family-friendly holiday show that runs through December 21st. So you have about 4 more chances to catch that if you visit ritztheaterco.org. But we are truly fortunate to have someone as talented as Mr. Bacon teaching our students with his side hustle of putting on professional musical performances is very impressive. So. Thank you and congratulations to Cinnaminson Middle School Home and School. We had a huge crowd here last weekend for the Winterfest Express, a reboot on this fun tradition here in Cinnaminson. Another one of those holiday traditions that truly makes it feel like the holiday season. So thank you to all of the folks who were involved in planning that. It was a wonderful community event. I also want to give congratulations to our governors, educators of the year, and our principals did a fantastic job surprising them last week. We had family members in attendance, students, parents. I think we had our first aunt and uncle in attendance to recognize Governor's Educator Year. So from New Albany School, and we will officially recognize them later in the spring, but from New Albany School, congratulations to Reading Recovery teacher Christina Brightville. From the Eleanor Rush School, congratulations to Jennifer Ogazali. From the middle school, Lauren Every Clayton. From the high school, Mary Orfanos. And our district ESP of the year, Gabriella Roach. Congratulations to all of those individuals. Oh, and from Memorial School, almost missed it, Ms. Beer, congratulations to Carly Oldfield, preschool Bright Eyes teacher. Also, congratulations to first grader Violet Miller for being the top reader in Senator Singleton's Jump Into Reading Challenge. And Mrs. Mealy, I don't know if I'm allowed to share this or not, but we'll take the off chance that maybe she's not watching live stream and I'm ruining the surprise. Congratulations to third grader Mackenzie Sauter in Miss Cotton's class who won the Jump Into Reading Challenge at the Rush School. So if I did just break the news, you might want to surprise her tomorrow morning. I'd also like to take a moment to thank members of our community on behalf of the Cinnaminson Township School District Board of Education, teachers, support staff, students, and family. I want to thank everybody who participated in recognizing the 3 years that it's been since the passing of our student, beloved Maddie Harris. Thank you to Mrs. Arbalez, faculty leaders, and the students from the CHS Kicking Cancer Club who raised money for a scholarship fund on behalf of Maddie. Her spirit continues to have a lasting impact on our community and others, and we appreciate everybody who participated in the event right after Thanksgiving. And finally, on behalf of the board and administration, I wish all of you a very happy holiday season. Tonight is night 3 of Hanukkah, so happy Hanukkah to all of you who are celebrating, happy Kwanzaa, and a very Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year to everyone in our Cinnaminson community. Thank you. That's it, Mrs. Fitzwater.
Thank you, Mr. Capello. Ms. Iacone, can I have a motion to approve Section 5, Routine Matters, items A through E?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Trompe. Comments or questions from the board? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. Ms. Eileen Blystein?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Motion approved. Moving on to Section 6, the student representative reports. First, we will hear from the high school student representative, Carly Trompe.
Good evening. The November Students of the Month for the class of 2026 is Samantha Bobrin, class of 2027, Thomas Bob, 2028, Reed Hobson, and 2029, Erilyn Fundora. The winter sports have started their 2025 seasons. The boys' basketball captains are Sean Munson and Henry Stewart. Their first game was at home on December 15th versus Bordentown. On December 17th, the team hosts Willingboro, and Drew and Noah Harvey, 2025 grads, will receive their 1,000-point basketball. The girls' basketball captains are Nora Quinn and Shiloh Moore. Their first game was a resounding win at home on Monday, December 15th versus Triton. Their next game is at Delran on Thursday. The boys' wrestling captains are Dominic Marino, David Guimaras, Max Fry, and Jake Barbic. The team opened its season at the Blue Devil Classic, featuring 7 champions and 6 additional medal winners. The team's first home dual meet is today, December 16th, versus Bordentown. The girls' wrestling captains will be announced on Thursday. Cinnaminson High School Athletics is thrilled to announce the formation of the Cinnaminson girls wrestling team. These determined athletes are ready to compete and showcase their skills on the mat this season. Catch the Lady Pirates in their very first competition on December 18th at Pemberton. Winter track season will kick off on Thursday, December 18th at the Cherokee Throwdown No. 1. And the track athletes will get their first taste of competition on the 20th at SJTCA No. 2 at UPenn's Ott Center. The swimming captains are Sophia Rocks and Brett Hess. The swim team opened its season with a 105-56-point win over Pemberton at Camden County Technical School in Sicklerville on Friday, December 5th at 4:45 p.m. The bowling captains for the girls are Elena Miller, Eliana Malave, Abby Gordon, Michaela Zemet. The boys' captains are Ian Jungblatt, Chase Gallant, Logan McKaiser, and Matthias Corona, and John DeFilippo. The teams nailed down another bowling sweep against Pennsauken Tech. Matthias Corona and Abby Gordon received 10,000 pins, and Eliana Malave reached 15,000 pins. The class of 2028 held their sophomore cotillion on December 3rd at the Madison in Riverside. Memories were made by all who attended. Congratulations to the newly inducted members of the National Honor Society. On Tuesday, November 25th, 2025, 42 juniors and 5 seniors were inducted into the NHS chapter of Cinnaminson. The Interact officers visited Morristown Rotary for their monthly luncheon on November 20th to share what our club is working on and learn what opportunities the Rotary has to offer. 10 Interact students and their advisors took a field trip to Urban Promise on November 21st to help pack Thanksgiving meals to those in need in the community of Camden. Interact students will also help out with the Breakfast for Santa on Saturday, December 7th, and the Home and School Association's Winterfest December 12th and 13th. Finally, they're in the process of making holiday hot chocolate kits as a fundraiser to raise money for various Interact activities and scholarships. DECA sponsored a Toys for Tots drive and collected 90 toys for autistic and developmentally challenged children. This year, the high school raised $425 for the Chop Pajama Day fundraiser. What a success. The funds are truly appreciated as they will go towards supporting children with cancer. It was such a joy to see the school come together for such a wonderful cause, and it's heartwarming to know that our efforts will make a difference in the lives of these children. Thank you to everyone who participated and contributed for a successful year. It's been a busy season for the CHS Music Department. On Tuesday, December 9th, the Chamber Choir performed their annual tree lighting at Lakeview Memorial. On Thursday, the 18th, the Chamber Choir will sing at the Delran Chick-fil-A for a fundraising event. Additionally, the CHS Indoor Drumline and Color Guard have started rehearsals and are excited for their upcoming season. The CHS Winter Concert, featuring the band, choir, and string students, will be held on Tuesday, December 16th at 7 p.m. in the high school auditorium. Admission is free, and all are welcome to attend for some holiday cheer. The CHS Spanish and French clubs visited Riverview Estates to ring in the holidays after school on December 1st. Both clubs sang Christmas carols to the residents in Spanish, French, and English. This annual tradition has become a favorite for our club members. Lastly, on behalf of the Student Council, I'd like to thank Ms. Forbes for her 30 years of service and dedication to Cinnaminson Student Council. While she will continue teaching, we thank her for decades of extra time and commitment she has always given to Student Council. Her impact on our students and school community will be felt for many years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Carly. And now we'll hear from Matthew Kenny, the middle school representative.
Good evening to all of you. I hope everybody had a fantastic Thanksgiving holiday with their families. The student of the month for November are 6th grader Charlotte Winterbonner, 7th grader Charlie Queiroz, and 8th grader Matias Ribeiro Becerra. The teacher of the month for November is Mrs. Hannings. Congratulations to Aiden Arcano and Chibukem Okali, who recently selected for the All South Jersey Choir. CMS is proud to announce that 7th grade science teacher Mrs. McGonigal has been selected as this year's New Jersey Second Educator of the Year. CMS is also proud to announce this year's Governor's Educator of the Year, 6th grade math teacher, Miss Laura Everclade. Congratulations to her and the other Educators of the Year in this district. Winter sports are rolling up. Mr. McDonald has taken over as head coach of the wrestling program. A total number of 42 wrestlers have joined the middle school team, including 7 female wrestlers. The wrestling program has already had 4 meets early into the 2025-2026 season. With only a handful of returning starters, Coach McDonald and Coach Fratello are looking forward to seeing growth for their team throughout the season. They hosted Harrington, Middle, and traveled to Delran and Marlton and Glenview. The coaching staff is eager to see how well the team will continue to improve as they gain valuable experience throughout the season. The boys basketball program has a total of 46 students try out for the team in the winter. Coach Carroll, an art teacher at Rush Elementary, and Mr. Willis, a substitute teacher in CMS, will be leading the program with this season. The final roster includes a total of 22 players between both A and B teams. Our A team has played 1 game so far at Delran Middle, and B has played both Delran and Harrington. With a young team, the coaches are confident that the boys should be competitive throughout the season. The girls' basketball program is led by Mr. Sin, along with one of the ESPs at CMS, Mr. Boardman. The coaching staff is extremely excited for the upcoming season. A total of 20 from the basketball program between 2 teams. The girls have started off with a combined record of 4-1 with a win over Delran and Haddonfield. The aggression and athleticism has been on a full display so far at the beginning of the season. Junior Cinnaminson hosted the food drive in South Jersey Food Bank. All donations were collected through December 12th. On December 4th, CMS participated in CHOP's Pajama Day. We raised almost $900 for pediatric patients at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, and we celebrated by wearing our pajamas to school because we beat our goal. The kindness of CMS students, families, and staff will make a real difference in lives of pediatric patients at CHOP and help bring comfort and hope to children when they need it most. The CMS Unity Club went to New York City on December 4th to visit the 9/11 Memorial Museum. It was a memorable day. CMS hosted its annual winter concert on December 11th. The concert features performers from the band, chorus, and strings. Congratulations to Mrs. Sigmund, Mr. Hercock, and Mr. Buchanan for the amazing concert. On Friday, December 19th, Unity Club will be hosting the annual holiday breakfast for senior citizens in town. There will be food and music provided by our own CMS music department. December 15th through December 22nd in CMS Holiday Spirit Week for students and staff. Monday, fa la 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 flannel, wear a cozy flannel. Tuesday, Grinch Day. Go green or go gleeful gaudy and wear your ugly sweater. Wednesday, candy cane day. Red, white, delight, just like a peppermint treat. Thursday, twinkle Thursday. Sparkle, shimmer, and shine. Let your outfit be divine. Friday, festival Friday. Head to toe, let your holiday spirit show. Thank you, and I hope everybody has a wonderful holiday and New Year with their families.
Thank you, Matthew. Thank you to both of you, and I hope you do have a good holiday and a good break. Here, we're moving on to Section 7, presentation. Mr. Capella?
Oh, where did it go?
System is paying off.
All right. I have to apologize first that our presentation scheduled for this evening with Ms. McGonigal is not going to be possible. There is an illness going through her household that we did ask that she not bring to this forum, especially considering we're hosting a big crowd here on Friday. So we will table the presentation for exemplary secondary education professional for the January board meeting. That said, I did want to seize this opportunity to invite a couple of my colleagues from the board to come up next to me. This is the first time, certainly, since I've been superintendent or that I can remember in recent history here or anywhere where we have had a mother-daughter duo serving on the Board of Education. I would like to take just a moment to recognize them. So, Ms. E. Blystein, Ms. K. Blystein, if you don't mind joining me, you don't have to. But if you're welcome to come up here and stand next to me, I did want to offer a couple thank yous. So, if you were here at our board meeting last month, you know that we had a bunch of students here with us. And before the students come to the board meeting, we meet during the day and we talk about what it means to be a member of the Board of Education. And I always ask them a couple questions to sort of activate the conversation. Having been the parent of middle schoolers, I know where to start with them. And we ask, how much do you think board members make? And I will tell you the conversation usually starts quite high before we come to the realization that this is a volunteer position. So then I ask number two, why do you think people want to be on the Board of Education? And that usually sparks a really great conversation that goes hand in hand with lessons that they are learning about service and lessons they are learning about civics in their middle school social studies classes. And I can't think of maybe better representatives than members of the Board of Education to represent what it means for service to your community. So I will start with Ms. Eileen Blystein. My plaque, hopefully spelled correctly. So I'll hold on to it for just a second. Eileen Blystein joined the Board of Education in January of 2024, but has been an active participant in the community for many, many years. As a fellow educator, she appreciates the importance of quality public education, and if you have ever spent time in her presence, you understand that she has a deep appreciation for the Cinnaminson community. If you know Ms. Blystein like I have gotten to know her, you know that she pours her entire spirit into everything that she does. I think that's a fair statement, especially as I have observed into her service on the Board of Education. And with that, I'm very grateful for the service she has spent as a member of the Facilities and Transportation Committee, as well as the Curriculum and Student Activities Committee. In this role, she has helped advance student programs, including what our high school representative mentioned earlier, helping to bring the first standalone girls varsity wrestling team to the Cinnaminson community. Also, Eileen was a member of the Subcommittee for Public Relations and Communications for the referendum, and she has been active in meetings for the Burlington County School Boards Association, as well as meetings at the New Jersey School Boards Association. As an extremely visible member of the Board of Education, Ms. Blystein could always be counted on to jump in and to help with all board-related issues. If you needed a volunteer, Eileen was always there to step up. Her passion is truly something to be noted by all. And is a proud mother of five. I was just testing you. I remain in all of her ability to find time to commit to service. And speaking of being a mother, talking to Eileen, anyone would know that her family is an immeasurable source of pride for her. My first glimpse into this may have been at a board meeting about 3 years ago when I watched her in the audience smile from ear to ear as her own daughter was being sworn into office. I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Ms. Blystein was one of the active members of this board that helped to reopen the Memorial School for Service after 30 years and to help bring pre-K to many, many families in this community. I applaud her for her service, and I ask that you join me in doing the same. And that's it. No, I'm kidding. No, and you have to stay here too, because we're going to take a group picture. We don't get an awful lot of opportunities to do this. So I would also be remiss if I didn't take an opportunity to recognize Ms. Kate Blystein. Kate Blystein has been a member of the Board of Education since 2023. Completing her 3-year term now, she joined the board when she was, only correct my math here, early 2022? 22 years old. Let that sink in for just a second. She was the youngest member of the Board of Education in a generation, which really helped to serve as an inspiration for many of our young people. It's an incredible accomplishment in making her a role model for service for a future generation of students, particularly the young ladies who got to watch her from Cinnaminson High School. We quickly learned that her youth need not be mistaken for lack of capacity, ability, as she jumped right in and worked hard as a board member. Ms. Blystein's influence, participation, and education helped this board to accomplish a great deal in the last 3 years, and perhaps most notably, as I mentioned earlier, the launch of the pre-K program, which will leave a generational impact on all of Cinnaminson Township. In her time on the board, Kate has served on the Finance Personnel Committee, the Policy Legislation Committee, and the Facilities Transportation Committee. She's been an active member and growing professionally, participating in many workshops and events for professional learning at the New Jersey School Boards Association. I wish Kate the very best as she takes the next step in her life, and I hope all future engagements are fulfilling, and I thank her for her time on the Board of Education. And if her time has proven anything, it is that youth has an important part in this board in service and in leadership to the entire community. I am certain that great success awaits her, and I'm thankful for the time she has given to all of the students and staff here in Cinnaminson and to the greater Cinnaminson community. Kate, thank you so much for your service. Can we do one group shot? Yeah. Actually, one without me. That's the one.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to number 8, correspondence to the board. We have had a few emails from community members with issues that are being handled by appropriate administrators. Anyone else have anything to add to that?
I didn't hear that.
Okay. Moving on to section 9, committee reports. We had this month a finance personnel committee meeting, and Mr. Bromhall is going to talk about the minutes.
Thank you. The Finance Personnel Committee met via Google Meet on Tuesday, December 9th at 6 p.m. Ms. Wilkie began the meeting and spoke about the budget process and the budget timeline. State aid figures are expected to be released within 48 hours of the governor's address, which is scheduled for the last week of February. Ms. Wilkie reviewed the current guardrails in place with state aid as well as potential health benefit increases. Then Mr. Capello provided the committee members with an update on anticipated personnel need. He provided us with some feedback that was articulated by staff members at the New Albany School, and we reviewed some job descriptions. The next meeting of the Finance and Personnel Committee is scheduled for Tuesday, January 13th. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bromhall. Mrs. Iacone is going to give us an update on the Burlington County School Board Association.
Thank you, Mrs. Fitzwater. Good evening, everyone. The following is an update for members of the Board of Education and the public from the New Jersey School Boards Association. I have the privilege to represent Cinnaminson as New Jersey School Boards Association delegate and vice president of the Burlington County School Boards Association. On Thursday, November 20th, the Burlington County School Boards Association held their semi-annual meeting, which was hosted by Willingboro School District at Willingboro High School. During the meeting, which I had the honor to preside over, members received an update from NJSBA County Representative Justin Wright. Members received updates on ELF, New Jersey from Mr. Michael McClure, Vice Chair. Also, membership was briefed on current legislative information from NJSBA Senior Legislative and Policy Council and proud Cinnaminson alum, John Burns, Esquire. The keynote speakers for the evening were members of the Chesterfield School District who presented on their implementation of multi-tiered system of support, or MTSS. District personnel shared their experiences and successes in providing a framework for academic, behavioral, and social-emotional supports. The presentation was referred to District Director of Counseling, Mrs. Linda Kawela, who was working on a site visit. There were a number of upcoming events that may be of interest to board members. Board members should keep an eye out for an invitation to the next county meeting, which will be held on January 22nd. The topic for that meeting is partnership readiness. The annual 8th grade dialogue is scheduled to take place on March 19th. And finally, on May 14th, the annual spring celebration is scheduled to take place at Medford Village Country Club. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Iacone. We're also going to hear from Mr. John Meeker. He is our delegate for the Delegate Assembly, and he has a report on that meeting.
Thank you. The 2025 Annual New Jersey School Board Association Delegate Assembly met on November 22nd, 2025. In attendance from Cinnaminson's Board of Education was John Meeker, Donna Marie Iacone, and Eileen Blindstein. 3 resolutions were on the agenda. Resolution 1, the Delran Board of Education proposed new policy language to support a limitation on the period of time in which a board member's criminal history can be reviewed. The proposal also included language that would consider the nature of the crime committed before a board member could be disqualified from service. Resolution 2, the Clifton Board of Education proposed new policy language stating that the New Jersey School Board Association should support the belief that there should be universal free school meals for all pre-K through 12 students in New Jersey, funded at the state or federal level. Resolution 3, the Bridgewater Raritan School District proposed new policy language supporting the belief that science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education should be integrated from pre-K to 12 for all New Jersey students. The outcome are as follows. Once Resolution 1 was brought to the floor, the resolutioner from Delran made a motion to table the resolution indefinitely. This was followed by a debate about whether the Assembly should vote on the resolution to put a decision on the record. In the end, the motion to table the resolution indefinitely succeeded. Resolution 2 was brought to the floor with concerns about how the funding would be implemented and members addressing the stigma associated with reduced or free lunches. The resolution passed, directing the New Jersey School Board Association to advocate for universal free school meals for all pre-K through 12 students at the expense of the state or federal government. Similar to Resolution 1, the resolutioner from Bridgewater Raritan made a motion to table Resolution 3 and submit an updated version in May of 2026. Debate occurred regarding the importance of STEM education in elementary classrooms. In the end, the Assembly voted to table Resolution 3. The next Assembly meeting is scheduled for May 1st, 2026. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Meeker. Ms. Kate Blindstein, can I have a motion to approve Section 9, Item A?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Trompe. Comments or questions from the board? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. Ms. Falconero?
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. Moving on to Section 10, public comment on agenda items. Members of the public are reminded that comments should be limited to items appearing on this meeting's agenda. There will be another opportunity during this meeting to comment on non-agenda items. All members of the public wishing to speak on agenda items only should raise their hand to indicate their wish to speak. When called upon, participants should state their first and last name and address clearly for the record. In accordance with Cinnaminson Board of Education policy, comments will be limited to a maximum of 4 minutes per person. The comment period will be limited to 30 minutes in duration. With that said, do we have anyone who wishes to speak on any agenda items? Okay. Moving on to Section 11, Personnel. Mr. Capella?
Thank you, Mrs. Fitzwater. Under Section 11, Personnel, letter A, seeking the board to approve items 1 and 2 as listed in the agenda. Under letter B, resignations and retirements, there are 2 items for the board's consideration listed in the agenda under items 1 and 2. Under leaves of absence, there are 3 items. Employees are listed by employee number for consideration by the board for approval this evening. Letter D, teaching overloads. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit of lag here in my board docs. There is 1 item for the board's consideration. That item is listed in the agenda. Under letter E, extra duty appointments, seeking the board's approval for items 1 through 7. They are listed by name in the agenda. Under letter F, 2 items for the board's consideration for approval. They are listed as items 1 and 2 under F on the agenda. Nothing under letter G, down in mentor teachers, seeking the board's approval for 2 mentor teachers. They are listed in the agenda. Under letter I, there are 2 student teachers for consideration of the board. Both of those placements are listed in the agenda. Under letter J, substitutes, items 1 through 7. They are listed for approval in the agenda. Under letter K, tutors, number 1, the names for tutors to be considered by the board are listed in the agenda. And under letter L, New Jersey minimum wage increase, that item is listed under number 1. Under letter J, section 11 in the agenda for the board's consideration. And finally, there are 2 job descriptions that are on the board agenda for approval under section 11, numbers 1 and 2. And that is the personnel section. Mrs. Fitzwater.
Thank you, Mr. Capello. Mr. Meeker, can I have a motion to approve Section 11, Personnel, Certified, Non-Certified, items A through M?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you. Ms. Blystein? Comments or questions from the board? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. Ms. Falconero?
Aye.
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 Aye. Motion approved. Moving on to Section 12, Curriculum and Instruction. Dr. Goldburn.
Thank you very much. Under 12, letter A, requesting approval of the monthly professional development requests. Under letter B, the monthly field trip requests. Under letter C, we have 1 instructional material for Cinnaminson Middle School. No curricular documents this month. Under letter E, acknowledging receipt of the HIB investigations on first reading and affirming the outcomes on second reading. That is reflected in the report. Under letter F is the monthly suspension report. And under letter G, number 1 is the seeking approval of the school calendar for the 26-27 school year. And those are the items this month, please.
Thank you, Dr. Goldburn. Ms. Eileen Blystein, can I have a motion to approve Section 12, Curriculum and Instruction, items A through G?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Meeker. Comments or questions from the board? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. Ms. Falconero?
Aye.
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 Abstain from 12A.1, line 1, and then aye for the rest.
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. Moving on to Section 13, Special Education. Mr. Capello?
Thank you again, Mrs. Fitzwater. Under Section 13, Special Education, letter A, there is 1 contract amendment for the board's consideration listed in the agenda. Under letter B, student placements. Again, I apologize. Board docs is a little slow to load. I have to go analog here for a second. Unless yours is working a little better and I can peer over at yours. Letter B there, yes, it doesn't seem to be working for anyone up here.
There you go. Here's Sue.
There are 2 items for the board's consideration under Special Education Section B. Items 1, actually, that was letter C.
Yeah.
There is 1 item for consideration under letter B. Down in consultant agreements, there are 2 items for consideration by the board under letter C. That is Special Education, Section 13.
Ms. Falconero, can I have a motion to approve Section 13, Special Education, items A through C?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Kenny. Comments or questions from the board? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. Ms. Eileen Blystein?
Aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. Moving on to, we don't have anything under policy for this month, so we're going on to 15, Business and Finance. Mrs. Wilkie.
Thank you, Mrs. Fitzwater. Under grants, item 1A, that the board accepts the grant from PPG Industries in the amount of $949 to the New Albany STEM program. Under section B, Finance, that the board approves the staff mileage reimbursements as listed. And item number 2, that the board approves the solicitation of quotes for school buses as listed. Under C, Operations, we have none. And under D, Contracts, item number 1, that the board authorizes the qualified purchasing agent to solicit proposals for school physician services for the 26-27 school year. And item number 2, that the board authorizes the qualified purchasing agent to solicit bids for custodial services due to the expiration of the current contract bid for the 26-27 school year. Thank you, Mrs. Fitzwater.
Thank you, Mrs. Wilkie. Mrs. Trompe, can I have a motion to approve Section 15, Business and Finance, items A through D?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Meeker. Comments or questions from the board? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. Ms. Eileen Blystein?
Abstain from 15B, 1, line 4, and I to all the rest.
Abstain from item 15B1, line 6, aye for the rest.
Aye.
Aye. Sorry.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion approved. Section 16, we have other business. You want to take that?
Yep. Thank you, Mrs. Fitzwater. Under Section 16, there are 2 items for the board's consideration. They are the results of the recommendation of the Ad hoc Committee on Residency for a determination made by those committees. Those committee recommendations are before the full board for consideration this evening.
Thank you. Mr. Kenny, can I have a motion to approve Section 16, other business?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Trompe. Comments or questions from the board? Hearing none, we'll take a vote. Ms. Eileen Blystein?
Aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Moving on to public comment, Section 17. All members of the public wishing to speak should raise their hand to indicate their wish to speak. When called upon, participants should state their first and last name and address clearly for the record. In accordance with Cinnaminson Board of Education policy, comments will be limited to a maximum of 4 minutes per person. The comment period will be limited to 30 minutes in duration. Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, the board will not publicly discuss or comment on matters involving personnel, litigation, negotiations, or attorney-client privilege. The board may choose not to respond to comments made by members of the public during this portion of the meeting. However, all comments will be given appropriate consideration. Matters requiring follow-up will be referred to the superintendent for resolution. Please be aware that all board employees retain the right of privacy and shall retain all rights against defamation and slander according to the laws of New Jersey. The board shall not be held liable for comments made by members of the public. And with that said, is there anyone who wishes to speak?
Scott Nowicki, 830 Hilltop Road. At the October meeting and later in a public Facebook post, I raised concerns about the district's treatment of students with disabilities, the culture surrounding those decisions, and the comments members of this board made about me and my family. Immediately afterward, the district's behavior toward us changed in ways that were hard to ignore. An email I sent simply asking whether I needed to come in to sign our son's IEP was escalated and described as threatening, even though it was completely innocuous. Communications that had previously been straightforward became tense and guarded. The sudden shift is why we filed an official retaliation complaint with this board on October 27th. In addition, over the past several weeks, my wife and I have tried repeatedly to obtain basic educational data about our son. Federal law makes clear that parents have a right to this data. Yet our requests were denied, dismissed as, quote, not educational records, even when the district was actively using the same data to justify placement decisions. After multiple denials, the district finally provided only summaries, not the underlying information required for meaningful parental participation. This is not how a collaborative IEP process is supposed to function, and these actions provided additional evidence of what we perceived as retaliation by the district for our advocacy. What truly alarmed me was an email I received from the superintendent on Thursday morning of last week. In that email, he wrote that because we filed a federal civil rights claim and intend to file a special education due process claim, the district, quote, will look for guidance from the courts to help solve disagreements on placement. Let me be clear, placement decisions are not made by courts. They are made by the IEP team based on the child's individual needs with parents as equal partners. Again, with parents as equal partners. The law requires it, federal guidance affirms it, and every family in this district depends on that process operating fairly. When the superintendent signals in writing that the district will not engage in open discussion of placement because a parent pursued their legal rights, that is the definition of predetermination. And when a parent's advocacy, whether at this podium, in emails, or in a public Facebook post, is followed by a withdrawal of collaboration, that raises serious concerns about retaliation, whether intended or not. Those words also put pressure on the child study team by telling them implicitly or explicitly that placement is off limits, already decided, or frozen because of litigation. But that is not the law, and it harms children with disabilities when IEP teams are not free to exercise their own professional judgment. Tomorrow, we are scheduled to have another IEP meeting for our son. Yet after receiving the superintendent's email, it is hard to imagine that a substantive discussion on placement will occur. It suggests that the district does not intend to seriously revisit placement, regardless of the new data, teacher input, or the law's requirement to consider less restrictive options. This is not about one placement decision. This is about whether families who raise concerns publicly, respectfully, and lawfully will be met with transparency and collaboration or with defensiveness and closed doors. It is about whether the board will ensure the lawful processes are followed, or whether parents will be forced into litigation simply to obtain the rights that the IDEA already guarantees. I am asking the board to exercise their oversight role to ensure that all IEP meetings include full, open discussions of placement and that no decisions are predetermined before the team even walks into the room. I am also asking the board to ensure that our pending retaliation complaint is investigated by someone other than the superintendent, given that his actions are central to the concerns we raised. We have tried and tried again to work with this district. We want our son to thrive here, but that requires a process that treats families as partners, not problems, and honors both the letter and the spirit of the law. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nowicki.
Anyone else like to speak?
Go ahead, sir.
My name is Daniel Pellicone, 809 Heritage Road. I just wanted to speak on behalf of a teacher that I've never even met in this district. His name's Mr. R. Mr. I don't know, Rizlowski, or I don't even know how to say his last name, and I wasn't even sure if I was going to talk today or not. A lot of the students in this school that I see on the streets and all, you know, the one teacher that they've all talked about a lot was Mr. R, how much they value him, how much they respect him, and how much they like him. And a lot of these students have been telling me that he's no longer in the school. They're not sure if he's coming back to the school. They're not sure when he is. There's been rumors that he could be coming back in a different role than where he was at before. I just feel like there's not a lot of teachers that all the kids come around and they speak very highly of. Now, people make mistakes. They say things they should or shouldn't say. Some things are right, some things are wrong. I'm not the person to judge how bad or not bad that something that somebody did was. If you guys were to look at me right now and tell me, hey, this guy molested a child in our school and you might want to rethink going out for him, I would walk out right now and say, you're right. But I haven't heard that from anybody that I spoke to. So I, as a parent who has a student in Mr. R's class that really values his leadership, his mentorship, I just wanted to come out and say that I think we should consider bringing Mr. R back to the exact position he was in before. And if you're telling me that I'm sticking up for somebody that's totally wrong or whatever, I would respect that and understand that as well. But I just wanted to be somebody to come out and speak highly of somebody that I've asked multiple kids in the town, you know, what do you know about Mr. R? He's a great teacher, always there for everybody. So with that being said, you know, we got to try to keep good teachers, whether they do things the way other people would like it or whether they say things that might not be politically correct all the time or whatever it may be. I think he's a valued part to this Board of Education and the school district. So I just wanted to come out and at least say my piece on Mr. R.
Thank you.
Anyone else like to speak? Okay. We're going to go to board comments. Mr. Kenny?
Okay, thanks. Quick one. Congratulations to all of the award-winning staff members who were recognized recently as Governor's Educators of the Year. We're proud of you and appreciate all you do for our students. Congratulations and thank you to Mrs. Eileen Bleistein and Ms. Kate Bleistein for your service on the board. And congratulations to Ms. Eileen Bleistein on becoming a certified new board member. A huge thank you to Mrs. Sigmund and the Cinnaminson Middle School Select Singers for their performance tonight. And that is it. The next regularly scheduled meetings will be our reorganization meeting that will take place on Tuesday, January 6th at 6 p.m., as well as the regular business meeting for January, which is Tuesday, January 20th at 7 p.m., both right here in the middle school cafetorium. Happy holidays and enjoy the break.
All right, and with that,
No need for a second exec.
right, we're done, right? We're adjourning. Okay, Mr. Bromhall, can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved?
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and enjoy the break.